Good morning, good morning, good morning. And welcome back to Power Positive. Um, I wanted to come on early and just give you some tidbits. It's interesting because I'm generally not up this early on a Sunday, but whatever. Um, so I wanted to talk to you. I don't know, this has been laid on my heart, and I just wanted to talk with you in regard to your situation, circumstances. But the title of this video is called My Current Status. And what's going on in social media right now, and everybody's posting and got different topics, things like that. I thought talking about my current status from a general standpoint, not me, but my current status is a good topic to talk about. So with that being said, I want to get right into it. There are some questions that came to mind because I was like, you know what? There are a lot of people who are in situations, in relationships, jobs, things of that nature where, they're not happy. They're not happy. And so I want to jump right into it. I got some questions that I'm going to throw out there, and then I'm going to talk about it. And certainly always hit the like button, subscribe, share, comment. I'm open to any and all comments because I take that as feedback, and then it's a way for us all to grow together. So question number one, with our topic being my current status. And excuse me because I'm drinking. I'm on my water thing. I'm trying to get my drink on. So whatever. Get my water intake. So question number one. Are you happy? That's a question you need to ask yourself. Are you happy? Okay. And we jump over it. We dance over it a lot of times. We hear it in conversation. But do you really take the time to find out, are you happy? Happiness involves your pleasure. And I got my notes. Y'all see my little notebook. It involves your pleasure, your enjoyment, your contentment, gladness, good atmospheres, fellowship, being enthusiastic. But you got to ask yourself, what is your current situation like? Only you gonna know. Only you have the answer. What is your current situation like? Ask yourself, how is this working for me? Is it working for you? Is it working for you? Do you feel fulfilled in what it is that you're in, what you're doing, how you're doing it? I don't know. It could be job, it could be relationship, it could be family, but you have to find out, is it something that's giving you positive energy or is it negative? Is it always derogatory or does it push you towards being a better person and being greater? Are you constantly fighting? Are you feeling like you're constantly dragged? Do you have to force yourself to engage in it, whatever that it is? So that's the first question. You have to ask yourself. You got to be real with yourself. You can put on a front, masquerade party, do all that good stuff for everybody else. But be real with yourself. Are you happy? And that's a question that only you can answer. Okay. Number two. Are you compromising your peace to fill a seat? Okay. And that's big because a lot of times, for some reason, people I don't know, it's like you don't want to have an empty seat, or you're not comfortable with knowing that there's an empty seat there. And so you find yourself doing whatever to try to fill a void, fill the seat. So what are you compromising to fill that seat? Are you compromising your peace to fill the seat? And that's a big one. A lot of times, people will compromising is giving something up to have something. So what are you giving up to have something? What are you giving up to fill the seat? Is that working for you? Oh, look, there's a little strand hanging out. Oh, well, whatever. Back to our regular schedule program. So what are you doing? Are you compromising your peace to fill a seat, a void? And if you are, what are you giving up? That's just like arbitration. You're not in a courtroom setting, but you might as well be, because you're compromising. I do this all day, every day. Working with defense counselors, negotiations, opposing counsel, depositions, things of that nature, all day, every day. That's my lot. That's my career, right? So are you making concessions to have something or someone? Have you gotten to a point of accommodating behaviors that you normally wouldn't accommodate just to fill the seat? Ask yourself, why are you not comfortable with that seat being empty? What is it that this job or this person or these friends or whoever bring to you that you cannot have that seat empty and be comfortable? Because until you're comfortable with that seat being empty, knowing that you're already a whole person before that seat ever becomes filled, then you got to go back to you and what's going on with you. Okay? So ask yourself, are you compromising? And with that, are you compromising your peace just to fill up a seat? Okay? Next question. Have you chosen to settle? Have you settled? Okay? And that could be a good thing, bad thing. I don't know. It's basically on you. But have you chosen to settle? And if you have, how? How have you chosen to settle? When you're settling, you're ending something. I talk a lot with my hands, so when you're settling, you're choosing to end something. It's a final decision. You have stated your position on something. You're standing on it. That's your resolve. It's going to be closed out. That's final. Okay? That's what settling means. Okay? And so back to the question, have you chosen to settle? And if so, how did you settle it? What was your disposition on that? What was the resolve? Did it remove any type of distress? Because when you're settling on something, whatever you settle on, it should not bring disaster. It should not bring distress. It should not bring negativity. It should not bring all of these negatives into your life. It should make your situation better. And if the settlement is not making your situation better, then why are you in settlement and not still over here figuring things out in negotiations? If you need to negotiate, for me, I say it all the time, there are some non-negotiables that it's just a no-go. It's a zero. We're not even going there. Non-negotiable. None-negotiable. So if you have non-negotiables that you know that you have a zero tolerance on, period, why are you in settlement? Why? However, if you've chosen to settle, make sure that it's the best resolve for you and your situation. Okay? And then finally, question number 4. Now that you've settled, what are you going to do? What are you going to do now? Now that you've got all of this information, you've assessed whether or not you're happy. If you are, super duper fantastic. Duplicate yourself. Show others how to get there. Mentor. Help them to experience the same type of happiness that you're experiencing. Okay? But now that you've assessed whether you're happy or not, whether you're compromising to fill a void or fill a seat. Whether you've chosen to settle, now that you've gotten all of that and you've reflected, you've done some self-inventory. Because a lot of times, y'all, we go into work relationships, contracts, personal relationships, whatever the case may be, and we bringing all of this stuff with us, and it's a wrap before you even get started good. But anyways, now that you have all of that, and you've assessed all of that, and you've done your self-reflection and inventory, what you gonna do? That's the short version. What you gonna do? I know that's the ghetto version of me, but now that you got all of that, what are you going to do? What's your decision? What kind of decision are you gonna make? Okay. I don't know if you guys do a lot of reading, but Don Henley is a good writer. He said, and I took this to heart, sometimes burning bridges, people say you shouldn't burn bridges, don't burn your bridge, don't do that. But Don Henley said sometimes when you burn that bridge, you get the best light from burning the bridge. Sometimes you gotta burn that bridge so that it can be lit up, illuminated, so now you can see. Now you can see. So I understand when people say don't burn bridges, but sometimes it's necessary. You got to do the necessary. Okay? And sometimes that means you got to light that mug up. I'm talking about pour gasoline, whatever it takes to make that fire burn brighter. That's what you got to do. Because it's going to illuminate some things for you. You ever go into a dark room and you get adjusted to the dark room and your eyes start adjusting to it, and now you've been in darkness for so long that you become jaded to it to the point where you're comfortable. You're comfortable with it. But then somebody comes in and they switch that light on, and you start seeing all the stuff that you didn't recognize before. Don't be afraid to burn the bridge. Burn it. Sometimes you don't need to go back across that bridge. Sometimes it's better if you light that mug on fire. Burn it down. Because if you don't burn it, you find yourself doing this. Now you're going back and forth. Back. Y'all know what the song's. I ain't going back. Okay. I ain't going back and forth with y'all. So you got to learn to burn that bridge. Sometimes it's necessary for you to do so. And in burning it, you get all that illumination. You get the light. It turns on. Now you can see. And when you can see, you can make better choices and better decisions, right? I learned it. I had to learn. I'm telling you, I had to learn this. So it's okay. I feel like it's time to write a new story. But only you can do that. You're the person who writes your story. Connect with God. Get close to Him. Know His voice. Understand when He's speaking to you. He's going to give you wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. But you got to be there for Him to give it to you. You got to be available for Him to give it to you. You are responsible for what you let hurt you. Let me say it again. You are the person who is responsible for what you let hurt you and haunt you. Okay? Don't keep reliving crazy situations with crazy people over and over and over again. You're allowing that hurt. How long? How long will you, because you're the person who's going to be able to control what continues to hurt you. Okay? So how long will you allow that hurt to take place? How long are you going to let this haunt you? When the suffering stop? You dictate that. You're the person who dictates that. Okay? I think it's time for you to be happy again. Is long overdue. I know it and you know it. You don't have to suffer. Guys, you don't have to suffer. You don't have to be out here with a person who is just disrespectful. And, you know, women, you don't have to be out here with someone compromising just to say you got to fill a void or you got to fill a seat. Okay? You don't have to. You don't have to put yourself through that type of suffering. Okay? I want to remind y'all of one of my little childhood things. What happens is, this is weird. So, I don't know, when I was thinking about this information and getting ready to present it, I went back to Sesame Street and I'm like, God, you know what? For so long, when you're in an unhappy state, you resemble Oscar the Grouch off of Sesame Street. That's what it looks like, okay? Like, that's what it looks like. It looks like when people get ready to talk with you, have a conversation with you, hang out with you, if you're that avoidable person, there's a reason for that. It's because every time a person wants to or even tries to have maybe a conversation with you, all we see is Oscar the Grouch getting ready to pop out of that trash can, looking crazy, sounding crazy, acting crazy, going ham, because Oscar the Grouch is never happy. Ever. Ever. Okay? And so when you're unhappy like that, and people are distancing themselves from you, it's because you have the same type of disposition as Oscar the Grouch. I challenge you, and I know this seems very elementary, but I challenge you to pull up on YouTube a couple episodes of Sesame Street. And I want you to watch the Grouch, Oscar the Grouch. I want you to watch him and watch his behavior. And if you find yourself like that all the time, I probably shouldn't laugh, but I mean, you're always unhappy. You're always in a complaining state. Something is always wrong. No matter what situation, circumstance, or whatever you're in, it's always something going on. Guess who changes that? You. You're the common denominator. You have to change what's going on around you. Okay? So you're responsible for your own happiness. One more thing before we get off of here. Please, if God has closed a door, and make sure it's God, but if God has closed a door in your life, please stop trying to go back over there and open that door. We look crazy. We look insane. You yanking on something that's not going to open because God has closed it, shut it down, sealed it, closed it off. It ain't coming back open unless He says it's going to open. Please stop putting all of your energy over here trying to snatch, pull, drag a door open that God has said no to. Why you keep trying to open it? You already know before you get over there that the door is not going to open. God, first of all, if we real about the situation, God has already told us that door is closed. This is your option. I've already provided this for you. Walk through this. But we continue to try to, no, I want this door open. Okay. So until you get it here, that door is no longer going to open for you, you're going to be unhappy, miserable, looking crazy, looking stupefied. Bernie Mac used to say stool pigeon behavior because the door is closed. It's not opening. Okay? So please stop struggling with trying to open doors that God has already clearly shut. Move forward in the direction that He's blowing you into. He's ushering you into the promises that He has for you. He's like, I got all of this over here for you, but you keep trying to open this door. I'm not opening it. So if you want to sit here and use all of your energy to keep trying to open a door that I've clearly shut for you, that's on you. It is. Okay? So I want to end this video with saying, accept what is. Let go of what was. And have faith in what will be. Okay? You're a great person. God has made you in greatness. He loves you. I love you. Love yourself. That's most important. Love yourself. Okay? And guess what? You guys have a super day. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, comment, all of that good stuff. And that's it. Have a great day. Bye.